This video is different to my usual content, but I like to go in different directions sometimes. This one's going to be talking about physical media, but I'm not here to slag off streaming services, but just provide some perspective to it, because I do feel like people are going down the path of just hemorrhaging money every month to services that make you feel attached to them, almost like it's part of your daily life, and it's really hard to detach. And I've got so fed up with it that I've even gone as far as to remove the music streaming apps. That was a hard one, and I think it's for a lot of people it's going to be the hardest one to get rid of, because it's made my Echo devices. You know, when you've got your speakers around the house, it's made them obsolete. Like, okay, you can use it for radio, but why do I want that? So I've got an app on my phone, and it uses it like an iPod. So I have CDs. I've ripped the CDs to make them MP3s. I've then used a free app on my phone that turns your phone. You can turn your phone into an iPod. So I'm able to listen to all my music that way. I just can't get it onto my Echo devices. But then I've got CD players, so I can just play around the house anyway with a CD player. And I just love that physical ownership. I love the fact that if I don't want to invest money this month on services, and maybe you want to save up for a holiday, anything you want, I don't have to keep hemorrhaging. I've already paid my fee. I've paid for that, you know? I just want to show examples of that in a little while, because I think it's taking back power to ourselves. The prices continually go up, and again, it's up to people. What one person thinks is a waste of money, someone else is going to think is fair, and I think it's subjective to an individual. You know, someone might listen to so much music they barely watch telly, so the music's worth everything to them, and maybe they listen to all the current songs. I actually prefer music from the past. You know, I actually prefer older music. Like, I love the 80s music. I love the 90s, like even the boy bands in the 90s. I like the early 2000s. There's a lot of music I like. And I find a lot of it's generic nowadays. I get really bored. There's some hits that maybe, or there's some catchy song you might like. But overall, I don't really care if I don't even hear anything new anymore. Like, so what do I don't need the latest trend in music. On the music apps themselves, I often find it's hard for me to remember, like, I get caught up in the same thing over and over again. So I make a playlist and I just listen to that, because it's hard to remember every artist that you can think of, you know? Whereas when I've got my iPod, I've got the things I want, and it's just easier for me to work around it, you know, the stuff I already own. So why would I keep spending money? Another side there is I decided towards the end of last year that I'm not going to buy video games this year. I spent a lot of money throughout the year on games. Video games are incredibly expensive. It's easy to get caught up and just keep buying and buying and buying. Don't even play them that much, and you play something else, and it's just a lot of money. And I just realised I've spent enough. This year can catch up on the ones I already own. Unless there's a real gem of a game, like a one-off, then maybe. But I mean, I'm not desperate. So what I've decided this year, I'm going to just enjoy what I have, but I'm going to still invest in my movie collection and some CDs, keep building up, but not every month. And again, I want to put it in perspective here. I think it's really important to keep things in perspective, because I know what it's like to get caught up in the streaming services, and I know how it is to tell ourselves, well, it costs more to buy the physical anyway. Like, what's the point? If I'm going to spend £10 on movies this month, I might as well have the subscription and I have everything. What people fail to realize is those prices continually rise. They start to implement adverts, you have to pay extra. They sometimes start locking account sharing, and you're paying every month. Like, I can have a movie or I can have a CD and I can pass it around, like family, friends. You can pass it. That's how we used to do it back in the day. Someone would say, oh, can I borrow that film? You'd lend it to them. You could literally just share. You don't have to consume stuff continuously. You know, you don't have to sort of like just sit there and binge forever what is being served to you. The other thing with I've found personally with streaming services is it's killing off older movies and content, because you become numb to it. Let's say you go on Netflix, it always promotes Netflix own stuff or something that's just been added to Netflix. Well, it's just curated. A lot of time it's documentaries and all sorts. A lot of fluff built into it. And it's only when you take a step back and you think about films, you'd maybe like, if you like, I'm 43 nearly, so when I look back at my childhood, it's like there's films from the 90s and 80s, and it wouldn't have been served to me. You know, I have to sort of think outside the box and go, oh, but I forgot about that film. Then you start looking up the actor or you know, and you start going down a rabbit hole and you go, oh, yeah. They're not on Netflix. Oh, And if I hadn't had that memory jog, I would have forgot about them. And I keep getting just spoon-fed crap. In all honesty, that's I call it filler crap. I get really bored. So I'm not joining Netflix every. Like I wouldn't say every. It's close. If there's something I really want to watch, then maybe I'll subscribe for 1 month and I'll dip out. There's no way I'm staying attached to that platform. I don't even care what price they reduce it to or anything because they're always going to be the most expensive. They're greedy. They're trying to gobble up corporations now. I'm not being part of that. The only subscription service I have is what you can see here, and that's Prime. That's my personal to me. You get music with it. I don't use the music though, and you get all sorts of perks. Your free delivery and all that. And for me, overall it's still cheaper than Netflix. And you get and I used to hate the shows. I used to think it was bland. There wasn't a lot on here. Then I started delving in. Like I like The Big Bang Theory. I like Seinfeld. I used to love Friends. I haven't watched that so much. So I like comedy TV shows. I like some game show ones as well. I'll show an example in a little while. And they sell movies as well. Well, I know a lot of people don't like the fact they sell them. They can't understand that. If you actually look at what they sell, sometimes it's those older films I was saying. But compared to buying them on disc, it's still more expensive. So you can get caught up in that ecosystem of, oh, it's on sale at the moment. It's only $3.99 or it's only $5.99. It seems a bargain compared to its full price. Wait a minute, I can get it on disc a lot cheaper. Huh. And I've got a beautiful collection I can just go up to and just enjoy and actually just look at the case. There's special features. There's all sorts you can do with the discs. And I don't have to keep paying. And you don't have to be worried about a service stopping or they start putting other paywalls behind it, you know? But yeah, so anyway, I've actually found that by investing my time in Prime whenever I want to watch some streaming, there's more than enough content for me. So I was like, wait a minute, I don't even care. Can't even bother to log into Netflix. So I started drifting apart. The other one is Disney. Disney has a lot. Disney has all the best Disney films. It has Marvel, it has Star Wars, it has Pirates of the Caribbean. It has a lot of films, like some great films, even things like Armageddon, one of my favorite films. So that one, when I go there, it's always like, oh, this is a surprise how good this is. There's a lot of content. But there's also a situation with me personally. I've already have half the content anyway, or more than that. Like, I have a lot. And for the stuff I would watch, I already have most of it. So someone starting out, I can understand. You think, oh, to buy that Disney film, but I'll just keep doing it. It's very dangerous, though, because you're going to be paying for the rest of your life. That's what people are not realizing. You're paying for the rest of your life, and the price will increase. And you never know. They might edit films and all sorts of shit. So I'm going to share an example here now. I've got a lot of Disney films, and they're not even costing as much as people would think. I'm going to show examples here. I've bought a collection here. So I said I'm not buying games, I'm buying some films. I've bought some for my daughter recently. She's got some arriving, and then I've got myself some. Mine are predominantly Disney, because I was just watching some Disney films recently. I watched Brave, I watched Tangled. I can't remember the other one. But I just thought, I feel like watching that. Oh, Beauty and the Beast, the animated. I love the movie. I love the action film, but I think I watched the animated one. Yeah, I think I did. I think it's the animated. So anyway, it just made me go, things missing in my collection. So in the UK, we have different services. I'm just going to, before I go on about the service, I'm going to show the films I got. Just today, they arrived. So we got, I needed this one. We got Sleeping Beauty. So we got Sleeping Beauty. I've been meaning to get it for ages. Aladdin. Now, these are on Blu-ray as well, so bear in that mind. I'm just going to get onto that. Moana. I've got that on DVD, which I'll give to my daughter. I'm going to have the Blu-ray. And then Up. I love Blu-rays. They're far more better quality. The sound's better. It's just everything's better with them, right? And if you're buying them brand new, Blu-ray's always a lot more expensive. It gets significantly more. So the way you have to look at it when you're looking to buy used, for instance, let's say you go to used market to buy something, there's going to be less Blu-rays in circulation than DVDs because DVD's been around longer. So people would have bought them over a longer period of time. And a lot of people, they just go by price. So they'll just say, oh, it's cheaper to buy a DVD, I'll buy a DVD. So that means there's likely to be less Blu-rays in circulation. So when I see films on Blu-ray and they're a decent price and they're not even any more dearer or only just marginally more expensive than a DVD, I'm going to grab them. And I'll replace my existing DVDs for Blu-ray. So I know, for instance, let's say I've got Up. Later on, it might be, is Up incredibly popular Disney film? People like it, but is it incredibly popular like Snow White, like Jungle Book, like Frozen? Well, probably not. So it might be a day when you think, oh, I want to get Up on Blu-ray. Can't find it. Or it's expensive, you know? I've got The Good Dinosaur coming. I've got that on DVD. I looked and thought, how popular is The Good Dinosaur? That might be a hard one to get too. So let's grab them. So that's what I'm doing. So anyway, these ones cost me £2 each. So when you hear £2 each, you probably think bargain. I think bargain. Free delivery. Literally, it'll cost £2. But on the website, it's 4 for £8. Of course, you take these £2 each. Someone hears £8. I might think, oh, I'm not sure. But break it down. It's £2 each. It's a bargain. These ones here, I'm missing Jungle Book on DVD. See, on Blu-ray, I couldn't. I don't know if it's available on Blu-ray. If it's expensive. So if something's expensive on Blu-ray, unless I desperately want it now, and I don't want any other version, I will just buy the DVD and then upgrade later date because it's cheap. It's cheap enough, you know. So we've got Jungle Book on DVD coming. These are £4 for £5, £4 for £5. So these are £1.25 a film. So the other ones these were £2 a film. These ones are £1.25 a film. It really ain't that much different. So we've got Monster University because I already have Monster Inc. So I thought, I probably should get that. And then I finished the Monsters series. Big Hero 6. I think I've only watched it once, but I thought I remember liking it. So why don't I just get that? Yeah, £1.25. And this arrived sealed, which I'm really happy about. This is a cult classic, and I absolutely loved this when I was younger. And I didn't realize I didn't have it, and I was like, no, I need to get it. And it's sealed, so I'm really happy. And that's Big Lebowski. I don't even know if you can get it on Blu-ray, and if you can, it would be one of those because it's a cult classic. And it's not really like modern standards, probably not popular. It's hard. It would be expensive on Blu-ray. So if I can get it on Blu-ray later, I probably will. So I'm not personally averse to paying full price for films. I still do that. But I do fill out my collection with what I can acquire on a cheaper. So, for instance, let's say I've got those Disney ones. I also have some live action Disney ones to come. I already have both Maleficent films on Blu-ray. I already have the both Alice in Wonderlands. I've got Cinderella. What else we got? Beauty and the Beast. Jungle Book. That's on DVD though. And these are the live action ones. So I've also got the live action Aladdin coming. I've got Lion King. I'm sure there's another one. Lion King, Aladdin, and something else. I can't remember. There's a few films coming with that bundle. And it's because I just thought to myself, yeah, we need to fill out the live action ones as well. Even if I'm not a big fan of these specific ones. Like I didn't really get on with Aladdin when I tried watching it ages ago. But I thought, I'll get it. It's not expensive. Just get it. And then it's there. Because it occurred to me, if I was to get Disney Plus, what am I missing? What am I missing without Disney Plus? Now, at the moment, you could argue you've got the new Lilo and Stitch. And you might think, oh, you can't watch the latest films. Well, I don't know. I can't remember the subscription fee for Disney Plus, but I can get brand new Lilo and Stitch on Blu-ray for £9.99. That's a one-off fee. I'm not hemorrhaging money every month on services or buying films every month. I don't need to. But let's say I think, oh, I want that one. I want to watch it, or I just want it on my collection. I can just go and buy that for £9.99, and that's it. And it just adds to my collection. So what we're doing, we're building a collection over time where we're no longer reliant on the streaming. So, like I say, people make an excuse that it's going to cost too much. It doesn't cost too much. You know, for you to get the majority, let's say you wanted Frozen 1, Frozen 2, you want Moana, you want Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Snow White, Little Mermaid, you want the Lion King animated film. What else we got? Monster Inc. I mean, it's probably going to cost you about 20 quid to get the whole lot. If you go and look online and you go to the right places, you'll probably be able to get the majority of that lot for like £20. And then after that, what you're looking at, you're thinking, oh, I need the live films. Okay, I'll get the live films. Then you're thinking, what else is on? I'll get Pirates of the Caribbean box set. Maybe you can get that for like a £5. Oh, I want the Star Wars set. Okay, I bought the whole lot of Star Wars. I bought a box set for about, I think it was 15 quid, 12. I can't remember how much I paid for that. £15. It had the original trilogy and the ones before. And then I had to buy the other films after. I think there's 3 or 4 more Blu-rays after the series. Or I think it was that way around. But anyway, I've got the whole Star Wars set there. I've got so much in my collection, it's ridiculous. So I don't need Star Wars for Disney. I don't need Pirates of the Caribbean for Disney. I don't need the Marvel Universe. I've got most of them. I haven't got Thor. I haven't got Doctor Strange. There's a few odd ones I don't have that I've specifically not want yet, but I might add them later. But I've got most of them. I've got a lot of the DC stuff with Batman. But I know that's not on Disney. So when I think about Disney itself, it's like I have a lot of what they offer. Because I'm detaching, I'm making sure that I fill my gaps. So, like I say, I'm really happy with what I got here, and I've got a load coming, and I've got some CDs coming as well, because I start thinking about what it is I like, what do I want to consume, and what perhaps could become rare. So I've got Backstreet Boys CDs coming, right? And one of them I think is rare. One is called Backstreet Boys, the album, just album's called Backstreet Boys. The other one's Backstreet Back. When you look at this track list and the cover, they're very similar. Just has one as the even the cover art's the same, except Backstreet's Back is on the front. But there's a couple of just tracks that are different. But I thought, I bet the original Backstreet Boys, without Backstreet's Back on it, I bet that becomes rare. There weren't many in stock, and I thought I'm just going to get both of them. And I'll get the Millennium album. I've already got Black and Blue, and I've already got the greatest hits. So I'm only missing a few. There's not that many I'm missing. I also have some other stuff of theirs. But the reality is, there may be a day when people get nostalgic and they might think, oh, I want to listen, I want to collect them. Well, I already own them. And it's worth collecting things before it becomes trendy. And it's the same with films. Let's say Lilo and Stitch films coming out, that live action one. All of a sudden, people might have been interested in the original animated ones. So they become harder to get. They get more expensive. You best think ahead of time. Get stuff before people are gravitating towards it, Something backfired with me was getting Friends on Blu-ray. I was putting it off. I thought I'm going to get that later. It was only £20 used in online. And as soon as it was taken off of this platform, the services, it sold out everywhere. And the prices just shot up like crazy. And I was like, crap. That was the one miss I missed out on. But again, let's say you just subscribe to Netflix for Friends. You used to. It's like 20 quid. You could have had it on Blu-ray and you would never have to pay again. It's just, this is what it is. So this is my, so anyway, this is what I like. I just watched, some things I like watching here. So I've got my, I've got certain movies I might watch. I tend to just watch some TV shows a lot of time. I was really enjoying this Lego Masters Australia. So that was really good. I've watched about 5 seasons of that. I got well into it. If we go over here, purchases, I own these. So I've actually spent the money on the store for this stuff over time. Didn't just buy it in a day. And some of these, I might get on disc later. Like this one, Fathers and Daughters, you can't even get in the UK on disc anymore. You can get it imported from America, but you can't buy it. And I love that film. The Upside with Kevin Hart and, it's bad, I can't remember his name now. The one from... can't remember the TV show now either. Bloody hell. But anyway, that's annoyed me. Bryan Cranston. Yeah, The Upside's a great film. But anyway, I'm not going to go through each film going, this is great. But Family Ties, right, you can't get on disc in the UK. So there are exceptions as to where I go and buy the content. You can't stream it in the UK. You can't buy it on disc in the UK. You can buy the digital license to stream it on Prime. So effectively, it's the best way of ownership you can do. These were on discount around Christmas. And I bought them £5 a season, which there's a lot of episodes. Let's say it's like 20 episodes a season, which cost nearly anything then. Each episode's barely anything. So I just thought, I like it enough, I'm buying a lot. So it was like, what, 35 quid, I think. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, £35. But that's the whole family tie seasons. And people might think, that's a lot of money. Yeah, but I never have to pay it ever again. I can watch it whenever I want. It's like, that's fine to me. And I've done the same with like The Indian in the Cupboard. You can't buy that on disc in the UK. I've got it on VHS tape, but they wear out, and there's a certain section of the film that doesn't play anymore. It's corrupt. The tape's got a bit dodgy, and it's how it arrived when I bought it. But so I've got a digital HD version where I can just enjoy it, and it didn't cost a lot, So I do that with some older films or something I really want to watch, and eventually I'll get a physical copy already as well, or I might already have a physical copy. I don't usually do it that way. Usually if it's something's cheap, I might go, let's say a film comes out and it's $12.99 on Blu-ray, just released. Well, it might be more. Let's say it's 15 quid. Yeah. Let's say, like, for instance, let's just say it's the new Jurassic World. It comes out, it's £15. And Prime are selling it for £9.99. You're going, I can buy the disc now for £15. I can get it on Prime for £10. This is what I do. Yeah, it'd be nice to have the physical now. But why don't I get it on Prime now, because it's on discount, and then eventually that £15 price will come down on disc. It might end up £8 or something, or who knows. But then ultimately, by the time it drops in price, it's cost about the same price as me buying the disc now. And I have a digital copy. So I'm always outsmarting the system to a degree. So then if I'm ever traveling, I can just watch it on Prime anyway. And overall, it hasn't cost me any more or much more to do it that way. So it's always worth thinking of, like, looking at, if you see a sale, it's like Tammy, I got that on a sale, and I've recently just bought that on Blu-ray that's come in, and it only cost me about, I think it's, was it £2 for that film or £1.25? Depends on the bundle I got. I can't remember the deal, but it's not a lot, you know. So I'd like to have the physicals, but I do have some films I own, some shows and films I own, you know, on here. But anyway, let's just go here. This is my physical media TikTok channel. I haven't uploaded anything for a while. I'm going to be updating it soon with some other stuff. People just go mental at the moment over the Big Bang Theory. 60,000 views on this, and people continuously commenting on it. It's crazy. I just leave people to comment. It's got 90 comments. They're all conversations with each other, you know. Nearly 10,000 likes. It's just crazy. You know, it's because people love the show. And that's what I take it as. I never think, oh, I've just posted something incredible. It's just, I know people are interested in whatever the content is. So if it's the Big Bang Theory, they just really they love the Big Bang Theory like I do, you know. And they're discussing it. It's nice. Making nostalgic. Doc Hollywood. This is an example of a film you can't get on streaming. You can buy the digital license on Prime, like I've done with the others, or you can buy the disc. So that DVD, for a DVD, I think it was a bit expensive, but I paid it. It's brand new. I got it for my daughter. I don't even know if she cares, so I'm just watching it. And that cost about £7.99. So we've established that I've just got 8 used films, haven't we, for, was it this one? Yeah. Just got these ones for the same price, used. All these. But there's going to be a time when you're going to pay more for something because it's rare. Because that's just the option. That Doc Hollywood isn't on Blu-ray. It's DVD only. And it's a classic. Put it on, and I forgot how great it was. And that's what my concern is with the streaming, you know. You get people, anyone streaming is never going to see that. Wouldn't even know it exists. But, you know, that is such a funny film. It's a great film. Even someone else said this, that one of my fave 90s movies, for real, perfect mixture of romance and comedy. And then some are saying it's the inspiration to the Disney's Cars. Anything with Michael J. Fox is good. But that's the good thing, you know. Ugly Betty, I was enjoying on Prime, so I went and got the box set. Again, get it while it's available. This is where people go wrong. They wait until something gets removed, then they go to buy it. Guess what? Sold out. So there's going to be a day when Ugly Betty comes off Prime. You know, it's popular at the minute. It'll come off Prime. What's people going to do? They're going to want the box set. All of a sudden, it's going to be hard to get it or the price will go up. Just get it now. It's not going to stay there. Don't ever think something on a streaming service is going to stay there, because I think that's the mistake people make. They get comfortable with it and they think, oh yeah, well, is this there? Why would I buy it? Because it won't stay there. And now it's cheaper. So I've got the box set. So right now I'm not watching the box set. It's there on my shelf. I'm watching it on Prime. If I want to watch it, I'm going to watch it. I'm watching it on Prime. It's just more convenient to switch between the episodes. I've backed it up on my computer for digital files as well, so I can do all those things. But there will be a day when it's not on Prime. I've got no problem then going to use the disc. It's just the same thing, you know. But I'm already paying for Prime anyway for the delivery and whatnot, and it doesn't cost that much more. I do pay the extra £2.99 a month to remove the adverts because I've got no patience for it. But that's with the understanding that I'm not subscribing to everything else. And it's only, I think, £8.99 for Prime. So by the time you add £3, we're at 9 and 3. It's only £12 a month anyway. So I think if you do the maths, am I comfortable paying £12 a month for Prime? Yeah, I think it's a good service overall. It offers me a lot. So I don't think it's costing me £2.99 a month for the ad removal and £8.99 for Prime. I just think £12.99 for Prime. So yeah, I just don't want the adverts. So that's fine for me, you know. But there will reach a point where you don't want to pay so much, and really there is a breaking point. So I was going to show some more of my collection, like this here. You can see this is my TV box sets. We'll go through slightly. I've got Sons of Anarchy there, some episodes. I think 2 seasons there. That's DVD. I got The Walking Dead, I think up to season 4 on Blu-ray. I've got the entire Game of Thrones on Blu-ray. Breaking Bad on DVD. I've got Band of Brothers on DVD. We've got Boardwalk Empire. Absolutely love that. Got the whole lot on Blu-ray. I've got the whole lot of Discovery of Witches. I've got first season of The Last of Us. I've got the first season of Wednesday. That's, I think, it's a Netflix exclusive, but it's there. And I've got some others there. We've got X-Files DVD. We've got 2.5 Men. We've got 8 seasons of Big Bang Theory. I've got the entire 70 show on DVD, which is very rare in the UK. Very rare. You can't buy it on streaming services. Like, you can't stream it. And the box set's actually really hard to get. So that's the gold dust. I've also got the entire seasons of Everybody Loves Raymond. I've got 6 seasons of King of Queens, but I've got the entire box set on Prime where I bought. Yeah, they're only £5 a season back a long time ago. I think I spent 40, 50 quid at the time. But it was like, yeah, I like it. I'm having it. And then I've got some other stuff at the bottom there. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm just not reliant on streaming. Just cut it across a bit. Is that just the TV? Is that me just focusing on the TV show? Oh. All right, well, we're not going to go too much into all that, because I don't want to make that point. What I want to do is show the UK, because I don't know what it's like in America. I know I hear about thrift stores, charity shops, and all that stuff. But I know the prices are not that as good as this. The prices are not as good as this. I'm not going to go for the price of every game here, like a TV show here on CX. So in the UK, we've got CEX. One near me, there's CEX right next to the shopping centre, like to go grocery shopping. It's great. So if you go in there, I can pop in there. They sell electronics, they sell video games, they sell DVDs, they sell Blu-Rays. Now, if I'm walking in there, it's great. And the films typically on Blu-ray, you can still find one for some for 50p. It's very rare, but some of them are 50p. And they go up in price, up to about £8 or so. Some might move a bit more if it's rare. For the most part, you're looking at about £2, £2 or £3 per film. You might find some for £1.50. It's like they're not expensive. DVDs, you'll find round about £1 upwards, really. Round about £1, £1.50. There might be one that's £2. It's not really expensive. There's a bigger collection of DVDs a lot of time than Blu-rays. Again, DVDs been around longer, they're cheaper. But that's great. But it's really confined to what's available in that specific store. What have people traded in? If you go on their website, they charge £3 of delivery each item. It's ridiculously expensive. It's not even worth it. For the most part, I say for the most part, because I've bought some things myself. I think Ugly Betty I got from CEX. I think it was like £8 or something stupid, or £12. Plus delivery was £3. So I did the maths and I was like 15 quid, I think. £12 or £15 total to get it delivered. And I looked elsewhere and it was still cheaper this way. So I just thought, pay the £3 delivery. It's still overall cheaper. So sometimes it's worth doing. But overall, it's really about just popping into the store or have a little look on here and see if it's available in your store, because you can go and you can buy it, pay for it now, and then collect it in the store. But it doesn't work with other stores, So if you're thinking about something, it's not in that store. I think back in the day, a long time ago, you could get it delivered to the store. Now you pay. And it's like, that's not worth it. So I do that sometimes throughout the year because it's fun to go in the shop and pick films. I like that. It's like a video store back in the day. I'd say a lot of my collection, though, it's different periods. When it's summer and I'm out and about, then I pop into the shop and I buy them that way. But a lot of the time I go on Music Magpie. That's where I've got these ones. So where I've said these ones are 4 for I can't do them all. These ones are 4 for £8. You can still buy some films. Some films are not going to be part of the bundles, so you might pay a little bit, like, it costs random pricing. These are 4 for £8. These are 4 for a £5. Again, we're missing the Jungle Book at the moment, but that's coming. So we'll show an example here. This is where I spend some time buying things if I want to get them. You can do it with games. I don't do it with games. But you can do it with films, and you can do it with music. And I think it's incredible. If we just start with music for a start, and they do buy one, get one free. But again, understand the pricing. People see buy one, get one free. They think, it's cheap. It's cheap. Yeah, it's cheap enough. I'll go through it just quickly. Buy one, get one free. They're always £1.99. So that means that's £1 per movie or CD, isn't it? It's £1. If you do the 4 for £5, because I don't do the cheaper one, the 2 for £3. It's pointless. I must pay £2 more, get more. So let's say it's 4 for £5. It's only £1.25 a movie or a CD. So the buy one, get one free is only 25p cheaper per item. It's not that much different. If something's on there you actually want, then fine. But I wouldn't do it as a way to try and go, I'm going to save as much money as possible. You're literally saving 25p on each item. Get what you want to get. When we look at the 4 for £8, it's easy to think, well, that's only £2 off me getting 2 sets of the 4 for £5. So I can have 8 films for the price of the 4. And yeah, there is logic to that. But a lot of the time, the 4 for £8 will be the more desirable films, maybe the rarer films. And if you just keep only buying the 4 for £5, you're going to miss out on some great films as well. So me personally, sometimes I mix it up like I've done there. I might treat myself to a 4 for £8 and then do a 4 for £5. And then instead of it costing £10 for 8 films, it's cost £13 for 8 films. But it's not that much difference. It's literally £3, you know. So you can go down a saving route and you go mental with it, but it's just understanding the price. Buy one, get one free is £1.20, £1 a film. The next one down, 4 for £5 is £1.25 a film. And the 4 for £8 is £2 a film. So then we have to be realistic. Let's say I really want Sleeping Beauty, for instance. Let's say to myself, I want Sleeping Beauty on Blu-ray. Then I have to ask myself, is that worth, if I do the deal and I can find 3 other films, is this film worth £2 to me on Blu-ray? Well, yeah, it's $2.99 on the listing, but then it drops to £2 each, for the deal. And yeah, it's Blu-ray. If I was to go and buy that brand new, I don't know what, let's say it's about £8 probably new. I don't know. I don't even know if they sell it new anymore. I don't really know. But £2, it's nothing. It's £2. This is £1.25, I think. I think that was £1.25. Then we got that. This is incredible. But you have to know when to stop because you can spend an awful lot of money. But like Aladdin, it's £2. Yeah, they're Blu-rays, these aren't just cheap. They're just rubbish ones. They're great. So we'll go through it now. Let's have a little look. Let's see what's on the 4 for £5. Let's see if it's crap because they're £1.25 a film now. A CD. These aren't rubbish CDs. We've got Avril Lavigne. That's a classic now. Let Go. We've got Coldplay Parachutes. I think that's their original album. Now, it's probably going to be a bit more UK based than America. The Verve, they were quite popular in the 90s. We've got Madonna's Immaculate Collection, which is great as hits. This is cheap as hell. This is £1.25 a CD. These are like plenty of hours worth of listening, isn't it? We've got plenty of Adele. Look, I was actually going through this all yesterday. I had a massive list of stuff. You've even got Spice Girls. I don't know if they're going to become rare or not, but it's a bit annoying. I've only got the 10 songs on each. But it's more the fact that we sometimes think ahead what could be rare. If it ever picked up how many's in circulation and all that, REM, I recently ordered that as well. I've got it, but I can't find a disc for the life of me. I don't know what I've done with it over the years. So I've just ordered it again. Literally, by the time you do a deal, it's cost £1.25. I'm like, well, it's one of the best albums of all time. I think it's worth £1.25. You get loads of Ed Sheeran CDs. And this is how I did the Backstreet Boys. So if we actually come off this, let me just go on Backstreet Boys. It'll tell you. Backstreet. I don't know if I can type like this. We're going to go on music. And hopefully, I don't know if you can narrow it down to CDs. Oh, there's vinyl as well. We're going to narrow it down to CDs. Right, their greatest hits album. That's outrageous to me because that album's got all the best songs you can think of. You just put that on. You can just happily listen to that. It's £1.25 at the minute by the time you do deal. 4 for £5. This is one I did. Backstreet's Back. That's 4 for £5. This one here, this other one down here, look. Backstreet Boys. I don't know what that is. It says Backstreet Boys again. It might be the same as the album I bought. The other side, I'm not sure. That's dearer though. You have to be mindful of the fact that the deals can change. That one's dearer. Black and Blue is only that is an incredible album. That's only £1.25 each with the deal as well. Some of them start going up. You can see the price shoots up. This is the other Backstreet Boys one I got 4 for £5 there. Look, and then I don't know if we've seen Millennium already, but I bought that. I don't know. Maybe I got the last one. I don't think Millennium. Yeah, I think I got the last Millennium album. Oops, it's not there anymore. But that's the thing. They can go that quick. It will warn you if something's low in stock, though, or say low stock or something, or the last one or something like that. But yeah, I got that. Weird thing is they do this. Look, £6.32. Backstreet Boys' greatest hits. It actually looks like it might be the cardboard version. I don't know if there's such a thing. But why would you get that when you can just do the deal over here? It's the same thing. £2. Sometimes the pricing doesn't make sense. I will show an example of something mental that I actually did do a deal on. If we come off this, how do we get rid of the movie? Let's do this one. This video here, I've got the DVD. I've got that, and it only cost me £6 from the same company. So on the website, it sold £18.84. I looked up Backstreet Boys this DVD on eBay, and Music Magpie also have an eBay listing, and they had that listed at £6 something. So they must have just started getting a bit more popular. So they've put the price up on their store. They didn't update the price on eBay. So I bought on eBay, and I think there was a discount code, so I got it for like £6, and they honoured it. They sent me it. Same company sent me it for £6, and it was £18 on here. So it's worth circumventing if you're seeing things like this. But when we follow the deals though, it's well worth it. So like, let's say we go on. Oh, let's just do the cheaper deal. Let's do £4 for £5 on movies. Like these are going to be DVDs a lot, right? Because we've got this list. Let's narrow it to Blu-rays for a minute. Like you've got a Hobbit there, we've got a James Bond film, and I just sit there and I'll go through the pages. I'll literally just enjoy myself because I know what I'm looking for and I know what's missing in my collection. Like for instance, you've got Avengers Endgame, so you can start going. Let's say I want Avengers. Start picking the Avengers. You can have a Captain Marvel film. That's 2 for. You've got Infinite War. Is that a different one? Yeah, you've got Endgame, Infinite War. Bear in mind it's the Blu-rays. You've got Avengers Assemble and Ultron. Let's say you wanted to keep it to Avengers only. You can have Avengers Assemble, Age of Ultron, Infinite War, and Endgame. And they're all on the 4 for £5. So that's cost you £5 for all 4 films. That's just crazy, you know. And that's literally what you can do. Of course, you can mix up. You can even get Guardians of the Galaxy there. I think the second one's part of the deal as well. Deadpool, and this is Deadpool 2. So you could do the 4 Avengers films. You can do Deadpool 1 and 2. You can do, what was the other one I just said? Guardians of the Galaxy. And even a Captain America one there, and that'd be a tenner. You know, and there's even more Captain Americas now, and then Star Wars starts coming into it. Yeah, Ant-Man. There's Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So you literally could have done the Avengers, 2 Guardians of the Galaxy, and the 2 Deadpools, and that'd be a tenner. It's 8 films. You know, it's just crazy to me that you don't need the streaming. It's just fine. And then once you start, it's intimidating at first because you feel like you ain't got a lot. But okay, supplement it with the streaming services for a bit. But eventually, once you start getting your movie collection growing, it just gets fun because this is curated by you. It's stuff you enjoy. And then you start looking at gaps. You might want to fill out all your Marvel. You might want to fill out all your Disney. Or you might say to yourself, I want a bit of variety. I don't want to just sit down and always watch an action film or always watch a Disney film. I might want a romance comedy. I might want like a bit of a thriller, a bit of a horror. I might want a war film. You just start plugging gaps. You know, you start thinking, oh yeah, I like that film, and then you go down a rabbit hole. Disaster movies. I started doing that. You know, I've got Dante's Peak. I've got Volcano. We've even got like Armageddon. We've got both Twister films, your Twister and Twisters. We've got Daylight, Everest. You name it, I've probably got it. It's just because that's what my mind does. Where I just said about the Avengers and stuff, I do that. So if my mind's a bit disaster at the moment, let's look at all the disaster. Let's start thinking about, oh yeah, that disaster film, and I start seeing if I can get it, and then I'll get them in on bulk, you know, or I'll plug a gap. And that's what this is like. So like these are this sort of ones. Let's say we narrow it down now to DVDs instead of Blu-rays. You'll get a lot more. Look here. DVD 64,000, Blu-ray has 15,000 in the category. So there's a lot more DVDs. What was that? Just over 4 times more DVDs. So let's say we go DVD 4 for £5. We've got Avatar, you've got Moana, we've got that whole trilogy of. Okay. Some of these are not on it. You have to be careful. So that's not actually got the title at the top. You know the number. Trilogy isn't in it. I don't know why they've messed that. You can do it here actually. If you narrow it down here, look, 2, 4 for £5. Click that. It should get rid of it. Now it's narrowed it down. But I'll probably start seeing stuff I want. I can't buy anything now. I've just spent way too much money. But you've got classics like It's a Wonderful Life. And then you'll start finding things like The Lost Boys, Goonies. You've got Mel, I think it's a great one. Even The Shining. I think they have Pulp Fiction and things like that as well. Yeah, go Pulp Fiction, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. They're classic, iconic films. Even I need Pulp Fiction. I still haven't bought that. I kind of want to get it on Blu-ray if I can grab it at some point. It's going to cost a bit more money that way. But because of that in the back of my mind, I don't want to sort of go and buy it on DVD knowing I'm likely to want to replace it as soon as possible on Blu-ray. But, you know, some people are more than happy just with DVDs. I don't mind having them. There's the Big Lebowski. So that came, different cover, I think. No, it ain't the same cover, but mine's sealed. It can turn up sealed. Well shocked. Yeah, look. And that is there, the 4 for £5. So that's what is that Robin Hood Disney? I need to get that. I haven't got it. But again, I am trying to stick to Blu-rays, but I will make exceptions if you can't get it on Blu-ray or it's too expensive. But yeah, there's even look, Goodfellas. There's a lot of films. Yeah, you can go mental with this. Even Edward Scissorhands, for crying out loud. It's outrageous. Don't even get that anyway. I don't know. Like on server streaming. Let's say we come out of this now and we change it from this deal here. Let's take the deal. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do this. Let's come off that deal and we do the dearer deal now. 4 for $8. Let's see what's available on the 4 for $8. So we're going to let's stick it to DVD for a minute. Right. You can literally get an entire box set of Home Alone. So that's including the 1, 2, and the odd ones, the 3 and the 4. But that's still only 4 for $8. So that's still only £2 for that one on its own once you do the deal. That's cost you £2 for 4 films. You know, I deck the halls. I'm surprised that's not on the cheaper one. Sometimes you'll find listings have them on both categories. It's really strange. I just go for the cheaper category because I've never had a problem like that. That ain't bad though. Sister Act 1 and 2 again works out £1 a film, doesn't it? Because it's £2 for the set. E.T. Some of these I'm surprised are in a dearer category. Sometimes it doesn't make a lot of sense. I find in the Blu-ray one I'm more interested in, to be totally honest. Again, if I'm looking up a certain film and it's in that category, then I'll take the punt. If I'm specifically looking, I don't usually go looking through the Blu-rays the DVDs, unless I'm just curious. It's just a lot to dig through, and I really would just want Blu-rays anyway. So I usually just search a film if I want, and then if it's on DVD, I'll consider it. But here we go on the 4th. So then you've just got to weigh up whether you think these ones are better value. Do you care about these films as much as the cheaper ones or not? Is there something you're really missing? This Django Unchained, I swear to God, you can get that on the cheaper set. I swear you can get that cheaper. It's worth doing a double search because otherwise you'd end up wasting money. Let's say you only went on that category, you didn't look. Here it is, same film. Oh, it's an ex-rental one. That's the difference. Okay, so that one is a retail box. This one's just got rental copy written. It will have rental copy probably printed somewhere on the cover. So it depends how much you care about the cover. If it's for your collection and you really care, then obviously you'd want the prime version of it. But if you don't really care and you just want the film, then you can save a lot more by just doing that. Just choices. You know, of course, these are the DVDs. That's why I think personally use the search to narrow it to Blu-rays, because that's what I do. So I'll go over here, look, film and TV, and then I'll click Blu-rays just to weed out all the DVDs, so I don't mistakenly buy a DVD by mistake if I don't want DVDs. But it's just so much you can go through. You know, you can find anything you want. It's a bit like I don't know if they're gonna have it actually. What was that film I was talking about? Doc Hollywood. I don't think they got it. If you type something in, like some films are impossible. If I type Cars, I can't find Cars on my own, because if I type Cars, it comes up with every bloody film relating to cars. You know, it's like, oh, crying out loud. Oh, here's Doc Hollywood. That's good then. Oh, what's it doing to me? So you can buy Doc Hollywood, look, selling fast because it's so rare. These films are so old, you know. You can buy it for £4.73. It's used. It's not part of any deal. But I know you can get it for like $7.99 on Amazon, brand new. So choice. Sometimes it's worth paying extra just to have brand new copy personally. But then I think, what does it matter? Depends on what you want to, you know. But what I'm saying is, over time, you build your collection up. You don't just have a collection from day one. Like my collection's huge now. I've got I had to keep buying more shelves. So, but I really love it. It's like being in a video store to a degree, but not overwhelming. And then I'm just like I say, right now, I'm just in a bit of a Disney phase. Collect some more Disney films. And then once that's done, I won't even think about Disney for a while. And I might not even watch a lot of Disney films at the minute. It's just when I want to watch Disney, I want to have the options. I don't want to just sit there with like 5 Disney films and go, I want to have an option. I want to look at it like it's like I'm actually at the Disney app and I'm actually looking at it on my shelf. And I get all these tangible things I can just pick from, you know. So yeah, but I've got most of what I want, really. I've got the Mummy box set. I've got everything you can think. I've got most of what you could dream of, to be totally honest. I've got all the Hunger Games. I've got all the Maze Runners. I've got Divergent. I haven't even watched. It was recommended by my daughter, so I just bought all 3 films. I haven't even watched them. So there's some I've still got to catch up on. I've got pretty much most of the Fast and Furious. I think I've got up to 8 on disc. I still need the last 2. I think a couple towards the end are DVDs as well. I think like number 8 is DVD, so I might have to. I don't know if it still is because I have been replacing films. So there's certain ones where I do need to go and actively improve. Like I bought Indiana Jones DVD box set. It was so cheap in CEX. I think it cost me like £3 or something stupid. But at some point, maybe I probably will upgrade it to Blu-ray at a later date. But for now, there's no rush. But then with physical media, when you start really like enjoying what you have, so like when you've got all these and you really enjoy it, like you like having it on your shelf. You know, you organize it however you want. I organize it by genre and movie types. I don't do it by alphabetical. I haven't found a need to do that. I'd rather keep films similar where I know they're going to be. Like if I think about like Saving Private Ryan, it's going to be near Black Hawk Down. It's going to be near Braveheart, Gladiator, Top Gun. It's going to be films to do with that sort of stuff, you know. So I know when I go to that area, that's where those sort of films will be. In my head, I already know. I don't need it to be in alphabetical order to see it. So, or that Marvel's going to be next to the DC. I might get Transformers later. I've got Bumblebee on 4K disc, but I'm not buying 4K discs anymore. I've only got 2 4K discs, and I'm not that impressed. And it's a lot of hassle. But I know where to look because that's where I go on my shelf, you know. And it's the same with like CDs. So I'm backing up these at the moment to my computer. So I've got MP3s of them. We've got like Little Mix, NSYNC there, Blue. But yeah, these are on your shelf. And it's pretty cool because then like you just like picking them out, you know. And I like to have that physical nature to things, you know. And ultimately, it's no more expensive. So like what I've spent this month, let's say like on my own collection here, I bought the live action Disneys. I've got these Disneys. Then I've got another set of Disney films. But it's like I'm not buying any more for a while of Disney. I've just got like a whole load of Tinkerbells. Because you know, that might seem weird to people, but growing up, like as my daughter grew up, you know, I'm buying all the Disney ones on DVD for her when she was little. And she liked that. So you'd sit and watch it with her. And I thought actually they were quite fun. They were quite good to watch. She's now got the DVDs. But as I was going through my Disney list and I was trying to think, and then I saw them as I was searching on Music Magpie, I thought, oh, yeah, I could just buy them quick. Because again, I don't see them very often on Blu-ray. Blu-ray's very rare, like for some films. And I thought it's not a lot of money. Just get them now while they're there. Because again, if let's say a live action Tinkerbell come out, all of the show that people are going to want the other ones. That's what people are like. It goes in freaking madness. So let's say I type Tinkerbell. Why is it only coming up with 3 Tinkerbells? Wait a minute. It shouldn't be like that. I don't know why it's coming up like that. Surely it ain't separate. It is separate. Why have they done it like that? It's not words. So you have to do that sometimes, separate words. But anyway, we've got DVDs, we've got Blu-rays. So I'm going to I'm going to do this as a Blu-ray only, right? Because I like Blu-rays. So I'm looking and go, whoa. Okay, they've got them available. This one here isn't a deal. Like you can get it separately. It's not even that expensive. But I looked and they were all on 4 for £5. Look. So I thought, wait a minute. I'm going to get all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 5. Right, these are the same. That's a double play disc. It's actually got DVD in it. This one doesn't. I think it says it's got special features. This one's might have a special features disc. I don't know, but it's on a bigger deal. It's not that one's significantly more. It's that it's not part of this deal. So I might as well just stick to this because I've gone 4 for £5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I added more. So I've got 2 films added to it. With that lot, I got Christopher Robin, the Winnie the Pooh live film. Then I've got Night School with Kevin Hart and Tammy. So I did a different set. I think I did the 5. Are they 2 now? 2.99. I can't remember what I did now. Something like that. What was one of these dearer? I might have done that Tinkerbell. I really don't know what I've done, to be totally honest. I've done something like that. Anyway, I'll have to go back and have a look. But yeah, I just thought, you know what? Let's say these are 4 for £5. I know I bought 1 extra, but let's just stick to the 4. It's £5. You can have like 4 Tinkerbell films. They're good. That fills out your Disney collection, and it's literally what's a £5? What's that going to buy you? Coffee? Do you know what I mean? So even if I don't really watch them a lot, I watched this one because it's Pirate Fairy one. I was googling them to figure out what one was good. And I do remember that one. So if the first one I watch will probably be the fairy one, Pirate Fairy. And again, if I like it enough, I might go and watch another one. But I still need to get Pinocchio. I still need the Dumbo, the animated one. So I've got Dumbo coming live action. That was the other live action that's coming. Dumbo needs to be got. But it's just you start to remember ones that are missing. You know, you're like, oh yeah, I need that. I just ordered my daughter Alice in Wonderland, the animated one, because she loves the live action, but she hasn't got the animated. So I bought her the animated one, but I still need that too. I don't know what the animated one's like, but again, it's I want to. I want to fill it out. So once you've got enough, you have then space to fill out, don't you? You start off with the ones you love, then you start filling in the gaps, and it's not like it's expensive and it's nice. I find this is far more fun for me to get a delivery of films I've specifically asked for, see my collection building. I find that far more enjoyable than giving that money to a streaming service and just being curated stuff they want to provide to me. And I'm stuck with this forever. This lifetime of just giving to them and then just providing me a library of stuff that I never own. If I miss a payment, I'll never have it. Nah, I want to know that if finances get tight, or if I just want to save up for a holiday, or I want to do something, whatever, it's always there, and it's a mixture. It's not just Disney stuff. I've got loads of stuff. And for people to have what I have, they would need all the streaming services. And even then, there'd be stuff I've got that's unique. You couldn't buy it anywhere else. You know, I've got VHS tapes that are just so rare, it's ridiculous. You know, and there's some DVDs that when I'm out looking them up, I'm like, that's not streaming anywhere. That isn't anywhere either. Like, this is crazy. Now, maybe sometimes they will be on streaming, maybe they won't, because they come in and out, don't they? But for me, I'm more than happy paying this. What's £5? And it's a treat to myself. Like I said, I'm not buying games this year, so I'm just gone for a bit of a period there where I'm buying some films, and then I'm just going to stop because I've got enough to watch. There's a few on my radar that I might get. Like I was weighing up. There's two I'm thinking of getting still, but I'm going to buy them new if I get them. One is Cruella with what's her name? I can't remember her name now. Oh, I don't know. It's the live action one anyway, the Cruella from the 101 Dalmatians. That you can get on Amazon for like £4 sometimes. It's just shot up to £10, weird, but a lot of time it's £4. It's so cheap on Blu-ray. And I'm going to just wait for it to drop again. The other one, I might get the Lilo and Stitch live action. I have not seen it at all. I like the trailer, and it's £10 anyway. And I can't see it ever being more than that, so it's not a lot. It's not that crazy, and it's just a one-off purchase, you know. But movie-wise, I haven't got that much to get. I've already got what I want. You know, it's just filling in gaps. But this is literally how I buy most of my films. So if I'm looking, let's say this, because I'm thinking of doing this at some point. I don't know the Transformer films' names. I have Bumblebee on 4K disc, so I don't need that. But let's say I want the Transformers stuff. Let's go films, TV show. I don't want DVD. I'm not interested. So Blu-ray, I think they sometimes have buy one, get one frees as well. Or have they stopped that now? Oh. They did used to have them under the buy one, get one free section. They got a 5-movie collection here for £25 used, right? You're thinking, that's crap. Why would I do that? Because you can do them here. You just got to try and get the names right. So we've got 2 Dark of the Moons, both 4 for £8. So they're both the same price. This one, I don't know what the difference is. You have to sometimes look it up. But they're both the same film anyway. It's just different covers. Or you can actually get the 4K one of this Last Night one. That's crazy. Yeah, this one would be a better deal. That one's not worth that. Movie set here. So both of these. This is crazy. They both got the same cover art. Both free box set. That one's £4.97. That one's £3.74. Well, I'll just buy that one then. So you can buy that one for £3.74 and you've got 3 films anyway. But that's £3.74 for 3 films. But we could have... It's probably better that way, actually, because I was going to say you could have 4 films for a £5, but depends on what one you're getting, because they're very similar price for each film. At £3.74, it's £1.25 a film anyway. So unless you need the full film, that could be a good way. Just grab all 3 Transformers. I think, is there 5 Transformer films? I just don't know them by name. So we've got Revenge of the Fallen. They're just different covers. I think sometimes they might have the double. Yeah, there might be double play where you get a DVD with it as well. So sometimes you might go by the aesthetics. What cover design do you like? I prefer that cover over itself. So let's say I wanted that one. Let's do it here. Actually, we'll try and do it. Sometimes it doesn't update properly. I might have to use the app on my phone. So we've got the Last Night is part of the deal. That's usually buy one get one free because I see it a lot. Dark of the Moon. Dark of the Moon. There's 2 Dark of the Moons. Dark of the Moon there. It's got big in 4 of them. 3 of them. So, okay, we know we need The Last Night, so we grab that. So we've got The Revenge of the Fallen. We've got The Last Night. £3 now it's changed to because it's 2 for free. And it'll go to 4 to 5. So we've got Dark of the Moon there. What cover design do I like? That one? Or let's say I like that cover. We'll go with that one. Oh, you got a 4 movie collection here for $4.29. That'd be cheaper. Because by the time I do all this, it's £5. You're better off just buying that box set. We'll do that in a minute. So we've got Dark of the Moon. I can't know the names. Last Night, Revenge of the Fallen. What's the other name then? Probably just Transformers on its own, isn't it? I can't do the deal because I can't find the original Transformers film. What is it called? Yeah, that makes sense as well. This one here is 4 films for £4.29. That's the 5 film collection for 25 quid. Why would you pay £25 for one extra film? So this deal I can't even figure out because I can't find the other film. Unless it's glaring me in the face. But you're better off just buying this one. Selling fast. It's got Transformers. Doesn't tell me. Transformers. Yeah, it's the original Transformers, which seems to be a hard one to get on this site. I'm having to break it down myself. It's a bit of a mess. Then you've got Revenge of the Fallen. Then you've got Age of Extinction. And Dark of the Moon. So you've got Dark of the Moon, Age of Extinction, Fallen, and Transformers. Yeah, that'd be a better way of doing it. By the time this film's finished, by the time I finish recording this, I'll probably treat myself to that because that's not a lot of money. I said I could buy no more films, but I actually need the Transformers. I haven't got any of them. I haven't really got into it, and I think I should own them. And I think for the price of £4, you ain't paying delivery, by the way. All this is free delivery. So what you see is what you get. No extra taxes or service fees. There's no freaking delivery. It does say that I'm low on stock. It might even be the last one. But this is literally what you can do, you know, or you can go and have a look around here for stuff on CX or go on eBay. But the problem with eBay is a lot of time you have delivery fee or the price just won't be able to compete. People are not going to sell a Blu-ray for £1.25, you know. It's crazy. But like I say, that's what I'm doing. And of course, we still have the streaming. And I don't mind paying that a month just to give me the balanced option. It's not a lot, is it? £12 a month. And that's all I'm paying. I'm not paying for music apps. I'm not paying Disney. I'm not paying Netflix. I'm not doing all the other stuff. I'm just literally keeping it to this. And there's enough to keep me busy with my collection and this. And I've got my own music collection, you know. Yeah, it's a shame I haven't got a camera. I can just walk around and show my living room and you can just see all the stuff that's in it. I don't have the facility for that, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully it's helped people really see some perspective because my main worry is that people just keep thinking, I can't. There's no point me buying this because, you know, by the time I pay £10, I can have for the same £10, I can have all that. But then it's like if you do that over a year, even a year, there's a lot I can buy film-wise in that year, and then in the following year, I'm just adding to it, and it's just building it a little bit, but I don't have to keep spending it. So over time, you're no longer reliant on that service. You don't need it, you know. So it just gets you out of that loop and that constant paywall where you have to keep paying more and more and more. And the other way to think about it is the sooner you collect, the better, because prices are low. If demand increases, the price increases, which is why some of these are no longer buy one, get one free. They've moved up a tier. And then some of them are getting dearer individually, where they're not even part of the groups. And like I said with Friends, it was £20, went through the roof. And even to the point where you can barely even find it because everybody just went nuts. They bought all of them, anything that was available. So it's about getting everything before it becomes popular. A bit like me with the Backstreet Boys there. Some people might find it funny. I like Backstreet Boys. But it might get to a point where it's getting harder and harder to get them, you know? So I'm just getting it when I see it or I think about it. I'm like, oh, I'm going to look to see if I can get that. Oh, I'm going to get it. There is something else I'm thinking of getting of theirs. Just because I see it as collectors, one day you're not going to be able to have access to this. I want copies. I'll talk about it when I actually get it. I'm not doing it yet because finance is a bit too hard for that at the moment. It's nothing huge, but people might think it's expensive for what it is. But it's in the back of my mind and I'm prepared. I think it's worth it. And I'll explain it at a later date if I ever cover that. But yeah, there's so much you can do physical media. You can do like music, you can do TV shows, you can do movies, all sorts of stuff, you know. And I think some people might say, oh, we've thrown out my DVD player, my Blu-ray player. Well, you could buy them for like £60 for a Blu-ray player, or most people have video game consoles nowadays, and anything from PlayStation 3 upwards had a Blu-ray drive anyway. If it's before that, like the Xbox 360 had a DVD player, you know. So your games consoles can do it anyway. It's just they're not usually as good and a bit more cumbersome. I prefer to use my actual DVD, my actual Blu-ray player. And I also have an external drive here. It ain't plugged all in at the minute. This one cost me £100, but it's worth it. So this one actually burns Blu-ray discs. So it can play Blu-rays on my computer. It can also burn discs, so I can put blank ones in, and I can do what I want. So I can back up like music and stuff. I can put them on CDs, DVDs, and Blu-rays. So it always goes down. If you start on Blu-ray, it can always do DVD, CD. If it's DVD, it can do DVD, CD. You know, I wanted one that could do everything. I didn't go 4K because I'm not that impressed with 4K, and the price difference is not worth the price. But with this, I can actually back up my Blu-rays, my DVDs, and my CDs to my computer. I can make digital files. And then, like, for instance, with the movies, I can compress them smaller. So they lose a little bit of video quality, not a lot, but they can make the files a lot smaller so I can actually have more stored. Because, of course, I've already got the disc as well. I don't need it to be an exact copy. I just need it to be portable. And that's the option I have. So if the disc gets scratched, I've got a copy I can watch on the computer. If I'm traveling, I can put it on one of those memory sticks, ones I want to take with me. And then you can just plug it into a laptop if you want to do that. Or if you've got a tablet, I'm sure you can just do it that way. Or you can probably just file transfer it to that anyway. So I've got my own local streaming service in a way, in my own unique way. So like some people, again, they might not like paying for the hardware, but I don't mind because I like the flexibility. And once you've paid, guess what? You've paid. That's it. It's done. You're done. No different than buying a telly and stuff, you know. It's just once you've done it, you've done it. Forget the fact that you've got to pay it. You're annoyed you threw something away. So who cares, you know? But yeah, I refuse to get trapped in that streaming cycle. It annoys me. I don't like it. Just going on Netflix just irritates the shit out of me, to be honest, because you log in and they're just throwing crap in my face, expecting me to watch what they've curated. It's like, I don't want to watch that crap. And then I've got to go and look through it, and I keep scrolling, and you do doom scrolling, you know. I just can't find anything I want to watch. Of course, it curates it based on what your watching habits are like, so I get that. But yeah, I just get fed up with it. And then when they start doing the price increases and stuff, it's like you never want to be at a point in any service where you're bound to it, where you have to agree because you can't imagine life without it. It's like, no, I ain't doing that shit. So when everybody else screams and cries about the price increases, I'm just sitting around going, I couldn't give a shit. I even had them recently sending me emails going, you can rejoin for £5.99 on our basic package. It's like, go do one, mate. I don't want your shit. I don't even want it for free. That's because I don't need it anymore. You see, if you get to that point, you're free.